Yeah, it looks nicer. Doesn't quite match, but it works.
It doesn't quite match because not many of the sets match. I always wish that in games you could either re-dye things or you
That's
could...
definitely something. I was actually going to say, I kind of wish... Whoa, hi?
We were going up this stairway. This is new.
Oh, okay. I was just like, did you walk us places?
No.
Let's see. I wish for armor sets that didn't match, there were like slight variations that you could switch between. You know, so like midriff, no midriff. You know, change the colors. Just small little aspects that could be changed to specifically make a make it match like the other one, or even like if they had unique-ish models that would change accordingly. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but effectively, so it's like if you have armor A and armor B, their design would actually change, so it would be kind of the midpoint between the two. That would probably take too much work, but like, I always wanted that in World of Warcraft, because you always looked like a hodgepodge horror beast.
At least with Guild Wars, even if you had hodgepodge pieces of armor,
Well, you could at least
recolor
re-dye them, yeah.
Because if you could dye them, at the very least, they'd look consistent.
Let's see. I'm a little headachy, so I'm going to be a little slow right now.
People apparently miss Riki's Spike outfit. We couldn't see his face very well.
It was funny.
It was funny, but I like seeing his face because his expressions are adorable.
That Charlotte outfit works. Okay, I haven't checked this in a while. Just want to make sure nobody's investing points into a skill tree that's maxed out. Oh.
Huh, adore me. Dream of money, adore sun. Lucky me. These are really interesting titles.
Yeah, I want the improves chances of monsters dropping gold chests. It's actually really helpful. Ah, here's one. Oops. There we go. Okay.
The exploration music for Mechanis is really pleasant.
It's super good. It reminds me of a lot of Phantasy Star music. I haven't
Wasn't
played...
there a new Phantasy Star game, but people said that it was a mess?
Phantasy Star Online 2 finally came out in the West. It's been out in Japan since like 2010, 2012.
Yeah.
And effectively, people have just been begging for it and playing like a fan patch translation. Effectively, that modifies the client so you can actually understand it.
Right.
And you could still play on the Japanese servers. Which, like, I mean, it works, but eh. And, like, from what I know, a lot of people have been enjoying it. I don't really have time for MMOs anymore. Like, a couple of years ago, I think I could have. But nowadays, it's a lot more...
Not unless it's something that you would put on the channel.
Yeah. Card that says Ring Fit Adventure. Shouldn't. Try refreshing. It's been bad about updating today. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure I updated it.
Defensive onion.
Yep. It's got layers.
You can tell it's getting closer to July 4th from all of the fireworks that you hear outside.
There's so many.
Yeah, I think it's because Oregon's one of those states where anyone can purchase fireworks.
I thought you can buy it from Washington and bring it down to Oregon and fire it off. I could be wrong.
I don't know. It was always interesting being from a state where buying fireworks was illegal and how we would drive to other states, and in the other states you would see, especially along the highways, these shops saying, fireworks. You could tell that they're definitely trying to cater to out-of-state.
Oh, yeah. That was what happened every time we'd visit New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
Is they would have, like, duty-free stores up and down the side. Or, like, up and down the border.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were on Boy Scout trips to New Hampshire, we specifically would, like, stop at them for whatever reason. Which I always thought was a little silly.
I thought Boy Scouts was supposed to be, like, making upstanding citizens that wouldn't dare defy the law.
Oh, no, they definitely do some of that stuff, but they don't really talk about morals or ethics, nor do they do a very good job of instilling that.
Realistically, the only reason why I believe people shouldn't have access to fireworks is that they are incendiary projectiles.
Oh, yeah, they're terrible around here. I honestly, after all of our like fire issues in Oregon and the U.S., I can't believe fireworks are still legal. I'm sure, like...
Oh, yeah, because all you need is a dry piece of brush, or even people firing them too close to someone's property. People destroy homes, they destroy forests, they destroy huge swaths of land with fire. That, and there's always the potential that someone has an accident in lighting one off and end up severely burning themselves or dying.
Yeah. I've never liked fireworks. Mainly because my uncle is missing an eye and, like, patches of his face from taking a firecracker to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was being a dumb kid and effectively was running around picking up, unexploded firecrackers to set them off again.
Oh.
Yep.
And one of them went off.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed watching fireworks from our front yard because we had a park close enough to my parents' house so that...
And with stuff like that, it was always like an official firework thing.
It was official. Yeah, they had specially trained people that knew how to set them off. Everyone was kept at a safe distance. It was a town-sanctioned fireworks display. But no, as soon as you let everyone get a hold of them, who knows what will happen. So I'm not looking forward to July 4th.
I don't remember it being bad last year.
There were people out in the streets shooting things off, and it was a little scary because there were houses not even on the other side of the neighborhood firing off the ones that could actually go airborne. Mm-hmm. Just above the tops of the houses.
Yeah. I guess I just always remember it being worse in Minnesota.
What are you having?
Soda. The last of it.
Wait, you drank all of our ginger ale?
I mean, not all of it. You want some?
Yes, please. I've only had maybe one full glass of this stuff.
I've been having small
maybe
glasses
2.
here and there. You've had just as much as I have.
I think I've only had 2 or 3.
It might even be worse this year because people are going stir crazy. I could see that. My only flip side is I'm not sure if people are trying to be more like fiscally responsible this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's weird. I know a lot of people that have actually been quite happy with the extra, what is it, $600 a month unemployment?
Yeah, but that's going to run out in a couple months.
Yeah. But, like,
And
that
a
has
lot of them
actually been more than they'd normally make.
Oh, I know. But the thing is, some of them have also completely lost their jobs, so...
Yeah, so it's like, you might get some bonus money, but that ain't gonna last. Like, I'll admit, I've been saving my money more than I usually do.
Then again, we're not going out.
Yeah. But, like, I also haven't been
spend money on
binge
food.
buying random crap from Amazon. Admittedly, most of the random crap from Amazon is, like, tech stuff.
I have boycotted Amazon. I'm not buying anything from Amazon until they prevent my artwork from being sold there illegally. 200 DMCAs, just about. Supposedly they're creating a counterfeit task force. Hopefully they're actually going to do something about it. People are asking, what? Yeah, I'm an artist. And apparently people think on the internet that if you post something to your social media,
it's fair game for everybody to just download and use.
Slap it on. Okay, here's the list. Phone cases, diamond paintings, coasters, blankets, bath mats, credit card holders, shower curtains. Oh, let me see. There are so many more of them. I'm probably forgetting a few. It's insane. People are going, crusade? Yeah, today I was doing a crusade. I was helping a lot of other artists today. If I see injustice,
You do need to do more of your own artwork, though.
I need to do my own artwork again. Part of it is my morale has definitely taken a hit. Because then, having had it happen on such a grand scale, you're reluctant to put things out again. And I don't want to be one of those people that has my name plastered on every corner of the piece and like all across the middle and such, but it might be what I have to do. Wasn't it used in a YouTube music video at one point? Yep. Yeah, I've had a couple of pieces of my artwork used in YouTube videos. People have used them as RP characters on a number of sites. People have used my characters for like their own story concepts or book covers or poetry things. Some people, I found out recently that there were a bunch of Russian scam artists that were using it as part of a multi-corporate money laundering scheme or something weird. Pyramid scheme.
Yep.
Is what you call them.
She can copyright it. All artwork is copyrighted.
Yeah,
So
and this particular piece, the one that got plastered everywhere, I have an official registration with the U.S. Copyright Office as well.
The thing is, so many of these people don't give a shit. Because many of them are not
People
the
are
US.
saying that's why you don't post them online. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Because if you are an illustrator or an artist,
if you want to make it anywhere,
is the only way that you can market yourself. You have to have a portfolio displayed.
Yeah,
you have
that
to
would be like telling me, don't put your LPs online if you don't want people to steal your footage. And it's like, I mean, you're not wrong, but like, there is, at that point, I might as well just go off and do something completely different. Because the days of just having a portfolio and being able to get work that way are gone. I mean, you might still be able to do it with certain companies.
But the thing is, there are so many artists that make a living off of their work without being employed by a big company. And how they manage to build an audience is they post to their social media. They have Patreons. They have a personal shop. And that's the thing. Sometimes these people steal their shop listings and then pretend to be selling the exact same thing. It's despicable.
But also, it's kind of victim blaming saying like, don't post it online if you don't want it to get stolen. Because like, yeah, there are ways that you can kind of mitigate it, but the easiest mitigation is somebody not stealing.
And I think the thing is, there needs to be more consequences for it, and currently there are a lot of cases going through the courts that are going to make it easier for artists to litigate against people that use their work illegally online, and all websites are obligated to take things down when reported. The thing is, it's very difficult for an artist to find all instances of infringement and
M76 moist.
What? Moist.
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 It's one of those words.
Moist. Moist and dripping.
Oh yeah, and on the topic of YouTube videos, we saw some guy had offered them on Amazon Prime for some of Wander's stuff.
Yep. Any advice for up-and-coming artists who want to try posting art on the internet?
Okay, so first off, post at low resolution. By low resolution, definitely under 1,000 pixels on the longest side, but
yeah, she's gonna give you advice on how to not have your art stolen. As far as like growth on the internet, good luck.
It's really hit and miss. So I can give some pointers for things. I mean, obviously I'm not super successful, but I've seen a lot of like friends and acquaintances and other things and like the tactics that they use to grow. But in any case, so if you want to make your artwork less appealing to thieves, low resolution. Low resolution means definitely less than 1,000 pixels on the longest side, but if you can manage it under 750, maybe even to 500. Obviously, it depends on what the display is. Also 72 DPI, but as Wander has often tried to convince me, the whole like 300 DPI versus 72 DPI doesn't really matter if it's still the same pixel length and width. But if print quality is typically 300 DPI and at a certain like width and such, a lot of people get away with 150 DPI for fabric and stuff. So essentially, if you can post your work small enough so that it's visible and people can see the details of it, then that's best, because then it means that people will be less likely to make it into desktop wallpapers and be able to print it at large sizes. Have your name on it somewhere. And if you don't want to use your real name or your full name, use your username, because a lot of people are lazy and will just repost the artwork and they won't necessarily edit things out. So if you have your name somewhere, preferably not just on the edge because that can be easily cropped, but if you have your name somewhere, then at the very least you'll be credited. It's still illegal for people to repost your work even if it has your name on it, because if you own copyright to your artwork, it means that you have the copyright, the right to redistribute, and that means on any social media platform in any form, physical or digital. So yeah, so have that. Watermarks are also good. You can have it be your name or your logo and whatnot, something that goes across a portion of the piece so that people can't just take your character or your creature and cut things out and then use that. So having a watermark over a complicated part at the center of your piece helps. Let's see. What are other interesting tips?
Honestly, just don't do stuff that is terribly marketable. It'll make it a lot easier.
Oh, there's that too. I mean, then again, I've seen crazy things go up for sale that you think...
Oh.
So the thing is...
I'm sure, but you posted a phoenix, and it's by and far the thing that is getting stolen the most.
Well, I mean, the phoenix is a very symbolic creature. So essentially, there's a couple different things that tend to get stolen. Fan art, number one, because people... There's a market for those characters. So if someone draws a piece of fan art for... Inuyasha or something, people will be more likely to try taking it and selling it on things because the character already has value in and of themselves. The interesting thing is you would never be able to sell artwork of Inuyasha because selling fan art is technically illegal, but someone else might try to. Let's see, animals. Animals are some of the worst. I mean, they have universal appeal. People love wolves and tigers and...
Bears, oh my.
No, that's lions, tigers, and bears, silly. But animals, especially animals that have been given a beautiful coat of fur in a different color, like a blue, or something, people find those very pretty. And because animals have universal appeal, people love animals, and they have an animal that they tend to gravitate towards as their favorite. Yeah, you'll find there's this one guy that I've spoken with who's an artist, and his artwork is everywhere, and it gets stolen constantly, and I think it's come to the point where he's given up. But it's... Yeah, so animals is another one. Mythological creatures, I suppose, to get along to the phoenix one. Dragons, unicorns, even the humanoid mythical creatures. Like you will see angels, mermaids, and fairies stolen a lot too. But in a way, mythological creatures is similar to fan art, but unlike fan art, the mythological creatures are usually your own interpretations of something that's in the public domain and is something that's hundreds of years old and has been part of folklore for an eternity. So, yeah, those are popular things. And also, I suppose, in conjunction, these are the things that can also get you an audience. So, Wander was telling you from the perspective of don't do these things because people will steal them. But the reason why so many people draw them is because those are the things that have universal appeal, that do have a built-in audience. And those are the things that will likely get you the most growth. Because if you do a piece of fan art here, the thing is you don't want it to be the only thing you do.
Yeah.
So then again, I do see a lot of people that do only animals, and it's great.
One thing I've noticed recently-ish, well, okay, so I started doing my like story thing with Mouse. The Choose Your Own Adventure Twitter thing.
What about it?
I started doing that, and it massively increased the amount of like viewership I had on Twitch and the amount of engagement that I have. And obviously it's spread a little thin and it's still burgeoning, and I missed an update this afternoon because I didn't sleep. But I think one easy-ish way to also succeed is by actually finding an interesting niche and pushing it. Not too niche, but niche enough. And yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of random crap trying to capitalize off of my name. Wanderbot's net worth in 2020. How much does Wanderbots make? I'm sure they just auto-generate those for every YouTuber above X amount.
Also, if you look up Wanderbots, you might get a number of my pieces of artwork because my online accounts have references to them. But in any case, so... And yeah, like you guys were saying in chat, it is a double-edged sword. The popular things will get you more notice and maybe more fans sooner. But those are the things that people also rip and use for their own stuff all over.
Rip and tear.
Ugh. And also making your own unique characters and original things. I've had my original stuff taken too. Granted, not sold, but people have tried using them for one thing or another.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the same. And that said, there was something really satisfying about nuking another YouTube channel because they stole my art.
Well, they were using it as not only the icon, but in every video.
Yeah.
They had it 2 or 3 times over. And
it was one of those, like, reading Reddit stories, but they didn't ask anybody and, like, a bunch of other garbage. Like, it was super not okay what they were doing across the board.
That content is so low effort because they didn't write the stories. And that guy, I think, he wasn't even reading them aloud. He had a computer doing it.
Yep. And so I just mercilessly shut that one down. I'd feel worse if it was like a Let's Play channel, if they just like used it in a D&D campaign, and I'm like, no. But, like, they were unapologetically just stealing as much as they could and just using it. It creates something new. Let's see, there's also all of Wander's thumbnails. They're on the internet.
So the thing is, one thing to note about Google Google search is an index. They have bots that will crawl through all websites and they index images and pages. So a lot of those search results will be Wander's links to his videos. At the same time, there are those really creepy sites that are just embedding YouTube videos to bring people to their site so that then they can get ad revenue.
Yep.
From visitors. But so the thing is, Google, if you look at any image on Google Images, it will say beneath it, this image may be subject to copyright. It's because these images don't belong to Google. They belong to the users who posted them initially to the websites that they're being hosted on. And so you will get results for DeviantArt, you will get results for Twitter, you will get results from Tumblr and other places where people share their artwork. Oh yeah, here's your drink.
Drink.
And so when people say, oh, I got this image from Google, they don't understand how Google functions, because Google is just making these images from other websites searchable. What they need to do is they need to investigate what are the other instances of this image. You can actually right-click on any image online if you're using Google Chrome, and you can do a reverse image search. And by doing reverse image search, you can see where most of the instances of the artwork are found online if Google has successfully been able to index them. And more often than not, the majority of links, depending on how much the artist has gone out of their way to clean up the web, if you will. I go out of the way to clean up the web. I'm really stringent like that. But you will usually see tons of Pinterest things. I hate Pinterest with a passion because every single pin that people put on that site creates a new search result, which then buries the artist's original links. But usually you're able to find the original artist somewhere. And that's how I've been able to find and contact artists whose work I've seen legally sold and used in one place or another and whatnot. But also, if you ever buy anything online or want to buy something online that has an image printed on it, like a wolf or something, please reverse image search it, because there's so many products out there that used images legally, unlicensed. And if you reverse image search something and you find out, oh, this weird shop that has a lot of numbers in their name and doesn't really sound legit is selling something on Amazon with a really pretty picture of a wolf on it, but I reverse image search it and I find that there's this artist on DeviantArt or ArtStation or somewhere, and that's their wolf. You can put two and two together and go, oh, their art was stolen. And if you want to do right by the artist, you can also inform the artist about where their art is being sold and ask, hey, I would like to buy your art on something. Do you have an Etsy shop or your own store, somewhere where I can support you?
Let's see. According to the website, our net worth is $374,000. You say, dang, that's not actually that much money.
I mean, you've definitely made that much from YouTube.
Ish. I'd have to check my bank accounts and
also,
whatnot.
You have to spend money to live. So
yeah,
it's
so
not like
that money seems like a lot when you're young, and then you look at how much it takes to buy a house or
rent
or retire, and you're like, oh, that's like piddly money.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Like, I remember when I was young and I was thinking like, man, $10,000 is so much money. And now I'm just like, not so much so. That's a house of varying quality depending on the location. Yeah, what's retirement? Hey, Jazz! How's life?
Hi! We were rambling about art theft and how to properly use the internet and art etiquette. But now I suppose people are trolling around to see what's up with search results for you.
Yeah, happens. Let's see. Yeah, what's retirement? Retirement is the point where YouTube is dead and I'm writing books for a living because I don't have any other marketable skills and my hands are too broken from playing video games my whole life.
Oh, you haven't been getting that much.
No. like, there's a couple of times where it, like, hurts a little bit, but compared to 2 years ago, this is nothing. My hand was so freaking bad when we were playing Wandersong that I could barely hold a controller. Now it's pretty good. I'm gonna say, like, all of the extra exercise stuff, Ring Fit, and other bits help tremendously.
Also, you've been much better about shifting between
Controller and
mouse. Because I know that if I use a mouse for an extended period of time, it destroys my wrist.
Yeah, there's very few series that'll actually, like, go out of my way to push myself for nowadays. Like, if a game is just getting uncomfortable, I'm like, well, the first episode was the only one that anybody gave a shit about anyway, so now I'm just gonna move on to something else, and it actually works incredibly well.
Ooh, what is this?
Yeah, I wanted to look at my overall lifetime views and calculate how much money I've made from
But
YouTube.
remember, your ad revenue's probably changed. Also, I feel so bad for your current watchers because pretty much since coronavirus began, haven't people been bombarded with ads on all your videos?
It's about once every 4.5 minutes, which actually is not bad. Like, compared to TV ads, that's not bad in the slightest.
Look, there's
and
our
half
crew.
of them don't even show.
Oh no!
Are you okay?
She looks very tired. Should she not get some rest?
Thank you. But really, I'm okay.
No. We'll find a safe place to rest. We've hardly stopped since we left the village.
Ricky tired too. Ricky tummy rumble.
I'm with you. Time to park our...
Get down! A mech on assault! Can anyone see them?
Another vision. Nice one, Shulk.
No, it wasn't.
Shulk?
You did well to evade me. Just what you'd expect from he who wields the Monado.
That voice!
The dough.
It's a faced mechon.
Is there someone inside? What do we do, Shulk?
We fight. But don't kill him.
Thought you might say that.
I should probably change the party around.
Look at this battlefield. You have a lot of cover.
Yeah, because he's a sniper, because he's Gatto.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder where his gun will be. Maybe just... he has a Godzilla-esque face, so is he gonna have a mouth laser?
Maybe?
Wait, Riki is supposed to embody innocence?
Is he? Oh, is that just one of his abilities here?
Well, if you look at the party members, they each have one that seems to be at the forefront.
You mean if we go back to this? Oh. Well, that's just one of his trees.
Mm-hmm. But it seems to be the one you're currently training.
Yeah, well, it's the only one that... I guess he's almost done with the other one. Let's see. So I was setting up skill links for Dunban, because I haven't used him much. Strength up at night. That's not helpful. Let's see. Very quickly checking some of these. Because I haven't actually set any of this stuff up since, like, the very beginning. Let's see. I don't think I care about any of these. What about her, though? I bet she might have something useful.
Well, asked if have we learned who the first metal face was? Yeah, it was Mumkar,
Yeah, Mumkar. Moomkar.
the rival to Dunban. He's dead.
Quite dead.
And then I suppose Fiora was temporarily a face mech on, but we freed her. We never did find out who that one dude, though, was in the mines.
No, we haven't. I don't know if it matters.
He may have just been another guy. Linear laser.
There we go. So we just hide behind cover and we're all good.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I deal with sleeping in strange locations? Boobs. Where are you sleeping to be in a strange location? Go back to quarantine.
M66 trick. It's weird how they have different descriptors. I don't know if it's supposed to describe a particular function that they have, or what it's supposed to be.
Holy crap, Shulk does so much damage. Why even play as anybody else? Benzazes. Sometimes I think, like, I wonder if we could actually just, like, get a group of people together that literally never go outside and then, like, hang out. But I'm still, like, absolutely not cool with the idea of...
The thing is, every person that you bring
it.
into a group like that, you have to take into account all the people that they interact with,
Yeah,
and all
I
the people
know.
that those people interact with. And
I'm just a little jealous of my brother, because the only people he interacts with are my parents, and I'm like, oh man, that would be awesome.
Okay, staying at an aunt's house, I see. Huh. Yeah, it's very weird staying at other people's houses because
I hate it. I do not like staying at anybody else's house.
when I was young and I stayed at my grandparents' house, aside from the creepy prayer before bed, you know, the as you lay me down to sleep, pray the
Yep.
Lord my soul to keep, and if in the morn I do not wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. That
It's such a
it
freaking
freaked me out as a
creepo.
child. I didn't want my soul to be taken as I slept. But aside from that, there was this creepy lamp on the ceiling that looked like a giant eyeball. And I would stare at it. And it would look back.
Oh, Bash is staying at an aunt's house. We were trying to discuss how to do it.
Well, the thing is, there's so many factors with sleeping in a new location that might be unnerving. There could be anything from temperature to fans and sounds, you know, the rumbling of a furnace, or...
Plus, a lot of people just have garbage, like spare bedrooms.
Oh, right, and maybe it's a spare bedroom that hasn't been dusted
Did
in a
Dunban
while.
just
or-
bull rush the boss? He
I-
did.
Ew.
What a turd.
He only has melee
Thanks,
attacks. What more
Dumble.
can he do? Oh, I see you're fighting Honey, and Dunban has already gone ahead towards Godot.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're just gonna keep wonking on this thing.
And then you have Wander's issue, where if he goes back to his parents' house, he starts
I am
sneezing
hyper
and-
allergic to my parents' house, and they refuse to clean it properly.
or figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Well, then again, we need to get you allergy tested to see if it's a certain type of mold or a pollen or who knows what. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was mold.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Yep.
Already.
Shala!
Gado! It's you, isn't it? Please answer me! Let me see you! Gado! I knew you were alive!
Is he missing an arm?
Is that Shala's boyfriend?
The destruction of the Monado. That is the will of Lord Egil.
Gado?
What do you mean, Lord? What's Egil done to you?
What's wrong, Gado? Why would you say that? Speak to me, Gado!
Oh gosh. He's missing a lot of bits.
This world is in disarray. I must eliminate the cause of this disorder and restore the world to its original form. That is my duty. Nay, the will of the world. Now, the time has come. The time to restore order.
Gado! Stop! Gado!
Shala!
Did she hack into his aim to make it go off?
Or gave him a barrier.
Ah!
Plot. Finally. Chapter 14. We got 7 chapters left. Plus the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Menace. It is not far off now. A world in which there is no need for fear. The hour draws near. Our will shall soon be done. First, there is the matter of the Monado.
It does creep me out that Zanza never has pants.
Our victory can only be assured if we destroy the Monado before it's too late. I sense your existence. I know you are alive. Zanza, the hour is upon us. Your time has come.
Has he revived the Mechanis?
He's getting there.
Is his aim to have it strike down the Bionis the rest of the way?
Shulk.
Who's calling my name?
Shulk, you have acquired the ability to glimpse the future. The ability to understand the law of causality as decided by a higher power.
A higher power? Like the Bionis?
Why do you desire to change the future? Why do you wish to act against their will?
I do just as anyone would do. It is natural to want to change an unhappy future. If that is their will, then I choose to fight.
If that is what you wish, Shulk, then you must find your Monado.
My Monado?
Precisely. The one true Monado.
What?
You can't do that. Because you aren't here. Not anymore.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
That was a close one. I mean, how on Bionis did we survive that? We seem all right.
I don't know. It could be that we were just lucky, but I'm sure there must be more to it than that.
You were protected by the power of Lady Menace.
Who's there?
Oh, the sister.
Dang.
A machina. Are you... Vanea?
Vanea? Does that mean you're Mikol's daughter?
I am glad you are safe. Lady Menace.
Lady Menace?
That face was sent to destroy you. I am truly happy you're all right.
You're lying. Gaddo would never try and hurt us.
Sadly, his Hom's memories no longer remain. The current faces are nothing more than weapons, designed to annihilate all life on Bionis.
It can't be.
Faces are created by directly integrating the brainstem and metabolic organs of Homs into Mechon. Memories and emotion are nothing but a hindrance to an effective weapon. However, the early faces were experimental. Many retained memories from their former lives. This prevented them from executing their missions effectively. More recent faces have had all memories of their previous lives completely erased.
Is that because of me?
No, it is not your fault.
Mumkar seems the more likely candidate. His attachment to us was too strong. You could say it caused his destruction.
That sword one and all.
You are correct.
No, it's not true. Oh, my Gaddo.
Sharla?
Explain it to me. I mean, why does Egil want to make us into Mechon? What's the reason for all this?
In order to counter the Monado.
I knew it.
The Monado is ineffective against the High-Entier, the Homs, against all races of Bionis. Egil suffered a bitter defeat in the battle 1 year ago. After that, he theorized that he could counter the Monado by integrating organic life from Bionis.
Of course. Initially, the Monado couldn't take a Hom's life.
It can now, though.
It could not harm those who share the blood of Zanza. That was its sole weakness. But Zanza lifted that constraint.
Those who share the blood of Zanza? Who is that giant?
The progenitor of the Homs.
Him?
And once the friend of my brother Egil, before they became sworn enemies. It was Zanza who devastated Mechonis.
What?
Story time?
Wow! Look at that! Are they the Haverers?
They're the latest anti-Mechon weapons, designed by Lorothea and the Ministry of Research. What a glorious sight. The coming together of all the peoples of Bionis.
Yes, sir.
This is how it should always have been. Then perhaps Father would not.
Your Highness.
We are fortunate that Dixon informed us of the enemy's new weapon. Our defenses are ready. Today, we start our campaign against Galahad Fortress. Just beyond the fortress lies the imperial capital of Mechonis. This is a battle to determine not just our own fates, but the future of all life on Bionis. We fight for future prosperity and the glory and honor of all. Troops, advance!
Oh, it's the big Bionis force.
Mm-hmm.
The Homs, the High-Entier, and the Nopon.
Are you saying that Zanza is to blame for Mechonis' devastation? It's Zanza's sword that I'm using. Does this mean we're enemies? And if so, why are you...
Shulk, calm down.
Sorry, I
will take you to the Mechonis capital, Agniratha.
Is that your plan? Lead us straight to the gates of our enemy? Deliver us into Egil's hands?
It will be quicker to show you than to explain. Then you will understand the history of Mechonis, and the battle between the two titans. Up ahead is a lift that leads to the central factory, within the chest of the Mechonis. The capital, Agniratha, lies just beyond there.